Who are you when you stop becoming? Who are you when you stop becoming? It is common for social groups to give a role to a given person. A role is a box, a safe, bounded, predictable box. And the mind is a sophisticated, categorizing, perimeter, and box constructing machine. It draws divisions between the continuous to create order, logic, and reason. Once a box is drawn around something or someone, the mind is set at ease. It no longer says, "What is this?" Instead, it says, "I know." But the drawing of a box creates an image, a static picture of a dynamic object. You look at a tree and you say tree. But when I ask you how you define the word tree, you list many sense experiences about the object. You say it has leaves, they are green, it is upright, it has bark. But when I ask you about the bush and why it is not a tree, the mind jumps into action once again. It creates smaller, more abstract categories and lines to draw division. You say, the bush has leaves, but it doesn't grow as tall as a tree. But when I point out the molecular structure of the tree and the bush being the same, millions and billions of atoms, oxygen, nitrogen, carbon, and hydrogen, the mind jumps once again to a lower level of analysis. You say, yes, but the DNA contained in the two of them and their development are completely different. We have moved from the physical concrete characteristics to the abstract observed and modeled characteristics. Models built upon models, static images built on top of static images, imperfect, static, hierarchical boxes to model a dynamic world. That is what we're really doing if we are honest with ourselves, isn't it? Turning the irrational into the domesticated, predictable, and orderly. Useful, certainly, but dangerous if not careful. Returning to the question of identity, when someone asks, "Who are you?" you have an identity with all the relationships to the things you have, your work, your spouse, your hobbies. But these are all just boxes you've created or are created for you to remain predictable, available, and static. So the mind can say, "I know, therefore I am safe." It is a very different thing to say, "I don't know." There is a tremendous urgency and awareness in the state of the unknown. The mind is fixed upon the contemplation of turning the unknown into the known. The truth is that you don't know who you are. When you lack these identities to prop up, to hold in front of you and stand on, you are lost. If you are enormously ignorant, you have great confidence in these playthings. You double your wagers on these boxes. You assert that indeed you are the thing at the center, commanding all the things, firmly in control. But you aren't, are you? Who are you when you stop trying to be anyone in particular? Do you know? Can you find out? It is a practice to engage with and not simply something to intellectualize. Self-knowledge is the beginning of wisdom, says Krishnamurti. And self-knowledge is the residue of experience of self. What happens to your sandcastles when you stop piling on the sand and the tides lap on? Do you have the courage to find out?